providing more customer service offices than any other Louisiana utility company, staffed with customer representatives who work and live in Louisiana, and offering 24/7 emergency response. That's what keeps CLECO energized.
Good morning, everyone. It is 85 at 9 o'clock, and that's from the actual sensor out there on the Alexandria camera. There go the cars. They're moving again. No wind to speak of. Just you can see it. It's humid. It's dense. It's nasty out there. Thank you to Senlaw Broadcasting for giving us some tower space and home to those wasps that are up there. So here's what we have in Leesville right now. I think I have that on. Yeah, we got a thunderstorm, and that is actually down closer to DeRidder, but this was a better view of it. So there is your Today's Country 105.7 Leesville camera looking out there over the hills and seeing that we have a thunderstorm out there, and now 88, dew point 79. That means heat index over 100 already out there. And with no wind, it's absolutely stifling. Here is your heat alerts from industrial powder coating, excessive heat warnings for the northern half of the area, heat advisories. You can see kind of how this is going. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot tomorrow as well. And then we start to see a little bit of a break, and that's due to some rainfall from Beryl. But there's a path to this being like a good thing for us locally. Of course, Beryl is going to be doing lots of bad things across the Caribbean and then into Mexico and possibly Texas. But for us locally, it's quite possible we get some beneficial rain out of this. Yes, Today's Country 105.7, you are famous. And Southern Air Heating and Cooling. We're going to mention them all today because I have some awesome sponsors here that keep this all going. And Southern Air Heating and Cooling, they're going to show you that you need an air conditioner. So give them a call if you're having issues there. 96 degrees, up to 100 in Shreveport, 98, 96, whatever it is, it's going to be really hot. You know, I know we have the heat advisories, the heat warnings. It's Louisiana in July. You know how it goes. I've said it 100 times. 78 tomorrow morning. Now that's pretty nasty. Here is that storm. You know, it's actually dissipating, so we don't even have to zoom in. So with all the tropical hubbub, I forgot to get in on that. So there is that one dissipating shower there, a few showers moving in around Destin and Pensacola, more offshore, but nothing too heavy right now. I do think we get some scattered activity in the area later on today, and you see that on the planner. 97 degrees at 4 p.m., chance of showers and storms, about 30 to 40% coverage on these today, and the HRRR model here brought to you by Rapides Regional Medical Center. And don't want to forget Louisiana Athletic Club as well. I'm sorry, guys. I had to get them all in today. And here you go. Putting it in motion here. Scattered storms, isolated storms. Let's call it that for today. I think probably around 7, 8 o'clock as sun's going down. That's our best chance to see it. Now, perhaps more importantly, I know we do have some fireworks tonight. We have more tomorrow. 4 p.m. looking good for the setup there, and it looks pretty encouraging for tomorrow. I think a lot of storms would stay south of the area down toward I-10. Now, once we get into Friday, rain chances are going to pop up. Now, nothing severe out of this. Thank you to Trish Lala and her group. The Storm Prediction Center showing us that we have thunderstorms in the area, but nothing really severe. And our latest and greatest, our latest and as great as anyone else, right? That's the Atlas Home Service. They've sponsored the Tropical Outlooks, and let me tell you, we are going to see a lot of tropical outlooks and updates over the next 4 months. Here is Hurricane Beryl right now, and you can see one thing that we're noticing here, one thing that I'm noticing is that we don't have a visible eye on that infrared satellite. Now, the plane's flying into it now, and this is still a Category 4 hurricane, so this is going to be really, really rough for Jamaica. You can see a little bit of clearing out there, perhaps right around here, and that's around where that center is, and that's going to track near or just south of Jamaica. So as this continues on toward the west-northwest, it looks like we're going to see big problems in Jamaica, and then down the line, I mean, look at this, winds at 145 right now. There we go. Thanks, Beryl, for catching up there. And then this comes across the Yucatan as a Category 2. Most likely, again, this is a forecast, weakens as it goes over land and then regains hurricane status, it looks like, before it makes landfall somewhere, I think, between Matagorda Bay and northern Mexico near Tampico. I'm leaning again toward the northern side as this has been riding along that northern side of guidance over the last couple of days, but not far enough north to where I think we get a direct hit here. It's moving quickly at 20 miles per hour, and because of that, there's really light upper level wind over this system right now, but because it's moving so quickly, it is actually generating its own shear because it's moving quickly, everything else is staying still, and that's how we're getting that westerly shear on this system. Now, tropical models, they have been in pretty good agreement through the Yucatan there. It looks like just south of Cancun and Cozumel. The AVNI, that's actually the GFS, and the AEMI, that's the GFS ensemble mean. This is the one that's been leaning a little further right. Now, we have other models like the Icon. This has put it into Louisiana several times, but that is kind of standing alone on that. The European is on the southern end of guidance. The GFS kind of on the right side of sensible guidance here. So you see, the one thing we notice here, no matter what, there's more of a bend toward the northwest and then eventually north at the end of the track. So that's going to keep us on the right side, I think far enough to the right to where we don't have to deal with any of the core impacts from Beryl, but could get some decent rain out of the deal here. So tropical storm force winds over the next 5 days. You can see getting into South Texas toward Brownsville, South Padre. We start to see this coming in. That's lower chances right now because it's further down the road. Jamaica, it's looking rough over the next 12 to 18 hours, and then eventually down the road here into Cancun and Cozumel. So if you have plans to go to those places, you're certainly going to want to check ahead after this storm moves by. Now, beyond this, we have 96L. We have not talked a lot about 96L lately, but we're seeing a little bit of a resurgence in models on this, in them showing this developing into something. Chances for development only at about 20%. Remember, Beryl's going to come through, cause a little bit of upwelling, cool the waters off a bit, and just that whole upper level wind structure around Beryl has been causing some issues on this, and there's some dry air to deal with. There's a lot of issues this thing has to overcome. But there is a pocket of moisture associated with this. So when Beryl makes landfall, we're looking down here, saying a few days from now, as this comes in behind Beryl by a couple of days, this could, at the very least, be wrapped up into that circulation and bring us some more moisture here. And this is what it looks like on satellite right now. It's not incredibly impressive, but it is something that is, generating storms again here. We're starting to see those reds. And again, this is that area that just doesn't need any sort of issue. You see Beryl out here pushing toward Jamaica. And in the southern Windward Islands, we have more thunderstorms. And this is that area that was just impacted by a very stout Category 4-5 hurricane here a couple of days ago. So it's something to watch. It's not something I'm overly concerned with for anything tropically developing that's going to impact our area. But hey, we have lightning and thunder in each day over the next 7 days. Now, if you plan on going out to the fireworks tonight, tomorrow night, I think you're looking pretty good. Scattered storms are possible during the day, but as the sun goes down and we lose that energy, those rain showers and storms should go away. Yeah, it could provide some issues as they're setting things up. If we get a storm that lands in the wrong spot, but that is pretty typical for this time of year. Your best rain chances are going to be Saturday and then again Monday into Tuesday, as we'll see that moisture kind of pulling up into that circulation of Beryl that will be weakening over land at that point. And it just depends. We're going to have to see if this comes in near Matagorda Bay or Corpus Christi and turns north. We're going to see more of an impact just with the rain. And then we're going to see much less of an impact from Beryl if this thing moves into Mexico and has more of a northwesterly bend. I'm leaning on the right side of guidance as Tom is, so that's why we have rain chances coming up a good bit, and models certainly agree with this. And look at temps, they get down back into the upper 80s as we get into early next week, and that's why we are seeing temperature outlooks that are near or maybe a touch below normal, especially near that track with all the clouds associated with Beryl. And then your precipitation outlook, of course, is above normal. So again, we could see exactly what we need here. We could see the showers and thunderstorms increase, give us a good bit of rainfall. There may be a limited severe threat because we're going to have more wind shear on the eastern side of this storm, but it's not like we're right 100, 150 miles east of where I think this center is going to come inland. So there's a lot of details still to work out, but I had said Wednesday morning, I think I'm going to have a better idea, and I think we're getting there. I'm leaning toward a South Texas landfall of a probably Category 1 or 2 hurricane, and then we're going to see the moisture come up into our area. Now, that's not a final forecast. We're still 4 or 5 days out, so that's the general idea that I'm going with at this point. I'm going to be watching carefully. I'm telling you, I just sit there and stare at this stuff all day, and I have other stuff to do. I'm going to get it all done eventually. But yeah, I'm going to be watching this. I'm going to go ahead and do a text update for you as well. Let me see. When are the Indian Creek fireworks? If it's tonight or tomorrow night, I think you're okay. If you get later into the week, it's not looking great. 4th of July celebrations for Saturday. I think you're going to see plenty of storms in the area. I would have a backup to get kind of, to be able to get inside, but it's not, I don't see like an all day rain coming. I think we'll see some heavy showers and storms out of this, but it's not going to be an all day ruiner. How do I think Grand Isle will be next week? Next week, probably pretty rainy, but I don't see like a landfalling system at this point. Let's see. We feel like hurricane tracking would be more, if I wore a wig. Yeah, I'm in for that. Never know what you're going to get around here. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here for today. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that's it. All right. No wig just yet. We'll see what I can do, though. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go post the text update on things that will align with the 10 o'clock update. That's kind of the plan I've been going with, and then we'll update later in the afternoon and all that good stuff. Have a wonderful, Wednesday? Yes, have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with another update and, again, be updating all the social media stuff throughout the day. See you later.